Have you ever noticed how some celebrity couples instantly feel like a perfect match, while others leave fans asking one simple question: how did this happen? Sometimes those unexpected relationships end up becoming the strongest love stories in Hollywood. Other times, they uncover questions that refuse to go away. That brings us to Jennifer Hudson and Common. At first glance, they seemed like the definition of relationship goals. Two award-winning stars. Two respected entertainers. Two people who had overcome enormous personal struggles and built incredible careers from the ground up. Everything about them appeared to fit. But as more people started paying attention, the conversation shifted. Fans stopped talking about how great they looked together and started asking whether history was about to repeat itself. And once people began revisiting Common's dating history, an entirely different story started unfolding. Before we get into that, let's look at why so many people initially celebrated this relationship. Jennifer Hudson has spent years earning admiration around the world, not just because of her incredible voice, but because of everything she's overcome to reach the top. Her journey has never been easy. She transformed herself from a young woman chasing a dream into one of the entertainment industry's most respected performers. Music, film, television. She conquered them all. Along the way, she earned awards that many artists spend an entire lifetime pursuing. But perhaps even more impressive than her professional achievements was her resilience. Despite facing unimaginable personal tragedy, Jennifer continued moving forward with grace, determination, and strength. That perseverance became one of the reasons millions of people admired her. Common's story, while very different, was equally impressive. Long before Hollywood embraced him as an actor, he had already built a respected career in hip-hop. But unlike many rappers who stayed confined to one lane, Common continuously reinvented himself. He became an actor, an author, a producer, a motivational speaker. His thoughtful personality and intelligent approach to conversations made him stand out in an industry often dominated by controversy. People respected him not only for his talent, but also for the way he carried himself. So when rumors first linked Jennifer Hudson and Common together, many fans thought the pairing made perfect sense. They were successful, financially independent, highly respected. Both understood the enormous pressure that comes with living under constant public scrutiny. More importantly, both had experienced hardships that most people could never imagine. That shared understanding made many believe they had finally found someone capable of truly understanding each other. Whenever cameras captured them together, the chemistry seemed effortless. There were smiles, laughter, comfort. Nothing appeared forced. Whether they were attending award shows, appearing at public events, or speaking during interviews, they projected the image of two mature adults supporting one another without unnecessary drama. Naturally, fans embraced them. But celebrity relationships often tell two very different stories. There's the version everyone sees, and then there's the version no camera ever captures. The public witnesses glamorous red carpet appearances, perfectly timed social media posts, heartwarming interviews, beautiful photographs. What nobody sees are the private conversations, the disagreements, the uncertainty, or the difficult moments that every relationship experiences behind closed doors. That's why appearances can sometimes be misleading. Hollywood has shown us countless couples who looked completely happy in public before announcing shocking breakups months later. So while Jennifer and Common looked incredibly happy together, many people remained cautious. Not because of Jennifer. Almost everyone agreed that Jennifer deserved happiness after everything she'd endured. The questions centered around Common. Over the years, Common had been romantically linked to several well-known women. His relationships had frequently made headlines. And although there's absolutely nothing unusual about dating before finding the right partner, some observers believed a pattern was beginning to emerge. They wondered whether Common was truly ready for the kind of lifelong commitment Jennifer deserved. Supporters quickly pushed back against that narrative. People change. People grow. No one should be judged forever based on previous relationships. Those defending Common argued that every failed relationship teaches valuable lessons. Sometimes it simply takes meeting the right person before everything finally falls into place. Many believed Jennifer could be that person. Others weren't convinced. They argued that when similar situations appear repeatedly over many years, it's reasonable to ask whether deeper habits might exist. Not everyone agreed with that viewpoint, but the discussion continued growing. Social media became divided. One side believed Common had matured into someone completely different from the man people remembered years ago. The other side believed past behavior often reveals future behavior. Neither side had definitive proof, only opinions. Interestingly, Common did very little to fuel the negativity. Whenever interviewers asked about Jennifer Hudson, he spoke with remarkable admiration, and his compliments rarely focused on physical appearance. Instead, he praised qualities that many people considered far more meaningful. He described Jennifer as compassionate, spiritually grounded, intelligent, strong, kind, someone who remained humble despite achieving extraordinary success. Fans appreciated hearing those words. In an entertainment industry where celebrity relationships often revolve around image and appearances, Common consistently emphasized Jennifer's character. He seemed genuinely proud of the woman she had become. For many supporters, that sounded sincere. Jennifer's accomplishments certainly gave him plenty to admire. After gaining national attention through a televised singing competition, she refused to let temporary fame define her career. Instead, she kept evolving. She became an Academy Award-winning actress, a Grammy-winning singer, a television personality, a producer. One achievement after another continued building her remarkable legacy. Her story became proof that setbacks don't have to determine someone's future. Common openly acknowledged those accomplishments whenever he had the opportunity. In fact, he occasionally joked that his standards had always been extremely high. According to him, he wanted someone who was ambitious enough to build her own empire. Someone independent. Someone successful. Someone confident enough not to rely on another person's fame. To many fans, Jennifer Hudson fit that description perfectly. Everything seemed to align. Yet while those heartfelt interviews attracted positive headlines, another conversation quietly began spreading online. Rumors. Speculation. Questions without answers. As happens with many celebrity relationships, social media quickly filled the information gap with theories. Some people questioned whether Common's commitment was truly as strong as it appeared. Others dismissed those rumors immediately, pointing out that there was no concrete evidence supporting most of the claims. But that's often how celebrity gossip works. Once speculation begins, assumptions travel much faster than facts. Before long, thousands of strangers were debating a relationship they knew almost nothing about. Every interview became analyzed. Every public appearance sparked new discussions. Every photograph generated hundreds of opinions. Jennifer Hudson and Common were no longer simply another celebrity couple. They had become one of Hollywood's most closely watched relationships. And then, the conversation took another unexpected turn. As internet detectives continued revisiting Common's romantic past, one familiar name suddenly resurfaced. A woman whose previous relationship with Common would reopen old discussions, reignite public curiosity, and leave fans wondering whether Jennifer Hudson was unknowingly walking into a situation that others had experienced before. And once those old stories started coming back into the spotlight, everything changed. As old interviews, headlines, and past relationships began resurfacing online, the discussion around Jennifer Hudson and Common took on a life of its own. Almost overnight, fans started connecting dots. Some believed they had uncovered a pattern. Others argued people were simply recycling old stories to create unnecessary drama. The truth was much less dramatic than the internet often made it seem. Still, one thing was undeniable. Common's dating history had become impossible to ignore. Over the years, he had been linked to several accomplished women-successful actresses, singers, and public figures who had built impressive careers of their own. Every relationship attracted headlines, and every breakup sparked another round of speculation. That history led some fans to ask a difficult question. Was Common simply unlucky in love? Or was there something deeper that explained why so many relationships eventually came to an end? Supporters immediately defended him. After all, relationships end for countless reasons. Two good people can care deeply about each other and still discover they're not compatible in the long run. Breakups don't automatically mean someone failed. Sometimes they simply mean life took two people in different directions. That's an important point often forgotten during celebrity gossip. Fans only see tiny pieces of someone else's life. They don't witness private conversations. They don't understand personal priorities. And they certainly don't know every reason behind a relationship ending. Yet, public curiosity rarely waits for complete information. Instead, people build theories. One interview becomes evidence. One photograph becomes proof. One anonymous rumor becomes accepted as fact. That's exactly what happened here. As discussions continued growing online, many people revisited comments made by women Common had previously dated. Some viewers interpreted those interviews as warnings. Others believed they were being taken out of context years later. Depending on who you asked, the same interview could tell two completely different stories. That division kept the conversation alive. Meanwhile, Jennifer Hudson appeared completely unfazed. Whenever she spoke publicly, she focused on positivity rather than controversy. She never seemed interested in responding to internet speculation. Instead, she continued celebrating her own career while allowing the relationship to develop naturally. Many fans admired that approach. Rather than becoming defensive, Jennifer let her actions speak louder than online opinions. Common adopted a similar attitude. He consistently described Jennifer with admiration and respect. He spoke about her intelligence, her kindness, her spirituality, her resilience. Those weren't the words of someone interested only in publicity. At least, that's how many supporters viewed it. For them, Common seemed different, older, more mature, perhaps even ready for a new chapter in life. Age and experience can change people. Priorities evolve. The things someone values in their 30s aren't always the same things they value in their 50s. That's why many believed Common deserved the opportunity to be judged by who he is today, not by headlines written years ago. Still, skepticism remained. Critics argued that meaningful change isn't demonstrated through interviews. It's demonstrated over time. Consistency matters more than promises. Actions matter more than compliments. Only time can reveal whether someone has truly grown. That perspective resonated with many observers. Not because they wanted the relationship to fail, but because celebrity culture has taught audiences to be cautious. Hollywood has produced countless romances that looked perfect in public before ending unexpectedly. Fans have learned that polished appearances don't always reflect private realities. Jennifer and Common understood that reality better than anyone. Both had spent decades living under the spotlight. Both knew every smile would be analyzed, every gesture interpreted, every interview dissected. Despite that pressure, they continued appearing comfortable together. Whether attending events or supporting each other's projects, they projected calm confidence rather than manufactured perfection. Ironically, that may have been one of the strongest signs of all. Instead of constantly trying to convince the public their relationship was flawless, they simply lived their lives. That quiet confidence appealed to many supporters. Of course, celebrity relationships rarely escape public debate. The internet thrives on unanswered questions. As long as there are mysteries, people will continue searching for clues. Some fans remained convinced Jennifer Hudson represented exactly the partner Common had always described wanting. She was accomplished, independent, grounded, respected, everything he claimed to admire. Others wondered whether even the strongest relationship could overcome years of public expectations and constant media attention. Living under that microscope isn't easy. Every disagreement becomes news. Every rumor spreads instantly. Every period of privacy generates new speculation. Most couples never experience that level of pressure. Celebrity couples face it almost daily. That alone can test even healthy relationships. Perhaps that's why Jennifer and Common appeared careful about what they chose to share publicly. They revealed enough to acknowledge their relationship, but they also maintained boundaries. In an era where many celebrities document every detail of their lives online, that restraint felt refreshing. It suggested they understood something important. Not every moment belongs to the public. Some memories deserve to remain private. As months passed, public opinion gradually softened. Many of the early concerns began fading. Instead of focusing exclusively on Common's past, more people started paying attention to the relationship unfolding in the present. They saw two experienced adults supporting one another. They saw mutual respect, shared values, and genuine admiration. That didn't erase every question, nor did it silence every critic. But it reminded people that relationships should be evaluated by what they actually become, not solely by assumptions rooted in history. At the same time, supporters recognized another important truth. Neither Jennifer Hudson nor Common owed the public constant explanations. Their relationship belonged to them, not social media, not entertainment blogs, not strangers debating their future online. Fans may feel emotionally invested in celebrity romances, but admiration doesn't provide complete access to someone's private life. That's a boundary many people struggle to remember. Looking back, perhaps the most interesting part of this entire story isn't the rumors themselves. It's how differently people interpreted the exact same relationship. Some saw hope. Others saw warning signs. Some believed Common had finally found the partner he'd been searching for. Others remained convinced the past would eventually repeat itself. Both perspectives existed simultaneously. Yet neither side possessed the full picture. Only Jennifer Hudson and Common truly knew what happened behind closed doors. And perhaps that's the biggest lesson celebrity relationships continue teaching us. Public perception and private reality are rarely identical. What audiences see is carefully limited. A few interviews, several photographs, short video clips, occasional public appearances. Those moments create an impression but never tell the complete story. Real relationships are built during ordinary days that cameras never capture. They're strengthened through trust, communication, patience, forgiveness, and countless private moments invisible to everyone else. Whether Jennifer Hudson and Common ultimately become one of Hollywood's lasting success stories or simply another chapter in each other's lives, one fact remains undeniable. Their relationship sparked conversations far beyond celebrity gossip. It raised questions about personal growth,
Second chance,
the weight of someone's past, and whether people should be defined forever by previous relationships. Those questions don't apply only to celebrities. They apply to everyone, because every person carries history. Every person has made mistakes. Every person hopes to become a better version of themselves. Perhaps that's why Jennifer Hudson and Common's story captured so much attention. It wasn't only about two famous people finding love. It became a conversation about whether people truly believe change is possible. And until time writes the final chapter of their story, the debate will almost certainly continue. One thing, however, is certain. The next time Jennifer Hudson and Common step onto a red carpet together, millions of eyes will once again be watching, not just to see what they're wearing, but to search for answers to questions that only the two of them can truly answer.